Coolie boys is ahead of the game. Coolie boys ever blazing once again. Nobody's gonna stop us, shine piece of haters. We've come on into bits.
Coolie boys the nation, Engo is the president. Why the exclamation? Let's go to my residence. Legendary celebration. The shrine is my settlement. You need no illustration.
Hey yo, Engo, wake up. Wake up, wake up. Come on, get up. Yo, Engo.
Oh yeah. Good morning, Trilogy.
Yeah, good morning, Engo.
So what time is it now?
It's Dekoda time.
Oh, Coolie boys are the Dekoda time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get up and get it.
Rhythm blowing through my heart, I say we got a hold. Lyrics dropping on my mind, refreshing me whole. I ain't settling for less, nuts I pull my gold. So catch me on the street screaming that's my own. The rest can keep knocking where I knock them off. Then illuminate and shit, I cut them lights off. Be luck, BM bells and an handcuff. We only make me drop as they'll make them bankrupt. Yeah, I unload that pistol. Yeah, I ring that Princeton. Yeah, I shun that Kingston. Yeah, I cloud that instincts. Yeah, review that weakness. Yeah, uncode that secret. Yeah, decode that invention. Yeah, I'm Engo Vincent. Yeah, you don't wanna research about me, cause what you find is I'm in about me. Plus, I'm nothing about Grammy. I'm proud of EKO, but not your dear Miami. But if I end up with the Grammy, and I'm a big blessing to your Miami. I know feeding the winner such, God is in charge, so it does not bother me. Yeah, put my flow in the glass, shape vigorously to give you a blast. Like the blast from the blast, bigger you memories of Biggie and Tupac. Yeah, I'm a samurai in rap when I slash X or O blood splash. I gotta speak so quick, IE in the flash, see it is in the trash. Yo, on TV I am swagging, like VV I'm so waggish. My Nokia was now pinging, got Lily on my valley, so you can talk about me. It's still me, Mr. Clemmy. You Jason scared of me, Freddy, but don't run boy, I'm still friendly. Don't ever flag with my baby, but my baby I mean my MIC. I'm the place to get icy, we're looking for real rappers, stop jonesing. Me Lord of the Ring, me Frodo, killing niggas trying for me Smigo. H Dekoda 2012 mixtape by Engoblow, so niggas let's go. Yo, I'm a Christian, answer no question on it, but my belief in my way of life. I'm no Jackie Chan and no Shah Rukh Khan. I go to stun a cushion, understand no time. I'm the fashion on with my swagger on, yes. My creativity is so instack. I'm explosion on that makes rappers wanna cause my bum goes zigzag. Surely you feeling me flow, it's giving me dough, it's making me done. Clear me done, yet undone. That's rapper just begun. I will never quit, I will never stop, even if it don't hop. My energy is solid like the sun. La 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 la. I'm coming in while I like to lie. My flow glorified, you cannot deny. I'm the teaching time, like saving your night. Blah 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 blah. Save me the graphic. I done the rap, leave it in your mind. You out of my mind. Stick to drinking wine while I do the shine. Yeah, see my light so bright. Yeah, rap life so large. Yeah, fame like Versace. Your voice need message. Yeah, me Peter Pan, lyrically I'll hook you down. Yeah, it's time for the crown. Yeah, and this time is now. Watch me, you cannot touch me, can never get sloppy, cause I'm private to your papi. It's Dekoda, on still and it's making it and turn unwieldy. I do my trilogy, and then go blow speed and shit. Coolie boys entertain, amen. Guess who's the presido, Clement? I'm killing the beat, I'm so sick, amen. I'm only shaman. I'm a couple Snoop to the big wing deck. Respect to Wayne and Eminem for the exclusive joint, so kill it. And the baddest bro is Engo Glam. Me and rap synergy, hyper energy, super duper till it is over killing the beat. DJs, recipes, rappers, and the fee beats on it cause me flash was on the seats. This my academy, rap up enemies cause me speak shit so deadly. That's my legacy impact, that's me, no time for blah blah just it. For this mixtape, no mistake, my until decoded, even stage my ass stage, only could more money could what makes me insane. I got so many pain, for me to got so much gain. Yes, I stop, no complaint, then I rain upon everybody now showers. Ha, yes, Engo is the rapper that's here, taking everything over next year. This year, next year is my year. Everything that hides and I swore in the hair. Yes, I'm just dropping the freestyle now at the base for the team on tree like the studio. Yes, on your stereo, you can't stop cause I'm the rapper's hero. Engoblow. That's true.
These is Cootie Boys,
Yeah.
entertainment, Joe.
I'm Engoblow, and I wanna speak about side. Yeah, meet my team, it's my team, it's my happiness. Meet the joy of my word, meet my confidence. Meet the crew of impact, view the evidence. Meet the change of exchange for stagnance. Lifting up the world we got stamina. Breaking every status quo, effing timing us. We don't care if the past